The calm before the storm is over. The Straw Hat Pirates are no longer drifting through the East Blue. They're sailing straight into the most dangerous waters in the world. The Grand Line in Netflix's One Piece Season 2 isn't just going to raise the stakes. It's going to blow the roof off everything we thought we knew about this adventure. From brand new characters who will change the crew forever, to battles so intense they'll make Season 1's fights feel like warm-ups. This next chapter promises to be a true turning point in Luffy's journey. The question is, are we ready for what's coming? Season 1 left us with the crew celebrating their victory over Arlong and setting sail toward the horizon. But that horizon hides the entrance to the Grand Line, a place where legends are born and countless pirates meet their end. It's not just another sea, it's a living, breathing force of chaos. The weather changes without warning, sea kings lurk beneath the waves, and rival crews are ready to attack at any moment. This is the world Oda created to test the limits of every character, and Netflix seems determined to bring that madness to life with a scale we've never seen before in a live-action pirate story. For fans who followed the anime or manga, the start of the Grand Line is like unlocking the second level of a game. Everything gets harder, faster, and more unpredictable. For newcomers, it's the moment when the story shifts gears from fun pirate adventures to something much more epic. Season 2 will waste no time introducing us to a whole new layer of danger. Rumors from behind the scenes hint at larger sets, more complex fight choreography, and locations that will push the limits of what the production team can create. We're talking about sprawling desert kingdoms, snowy mountaintop villages, and prehistoric islands that feel like they've been ripped straight from the pages of the manga. But this season won't just be about the places, it's about the people. The crew we've come to love will face challenges that force them to grow in ways they never imagined. Luffy's role as captain will be tested like never before, Zoro's loyalty will be pushed to the edge, and Nami will find herself confronting parts of her past she thought she'd left behind. And then there are the new faces, some allies, some enemies, and some who blur the line between the two. Each will bring a unique energy to the story, adding new conflicts, friendships, and mysteries. The Straw Hats are stepping into a world where the rules are constantly changing, and survival means adapting faster than ever. Season 2 isn't simply continuing the journey, it's rewriting the scale of the show. In the Grand Line, the dreams of pirates are either crushed or forged into legend. And with everything Netflix has teased so far, it's clear they're aiming to deliver a season that not only honors the source material but also surprises even the most dedicated fans. This is more than just the next chapter. This is the moment. The One Piece live-action series truly sets sail toward greatness. The Grand Line might be the stage, but the actors stepping onto it in One Piece Season 2 are what will make this adventure unforgettable. Netflix has already hinted at an expanded cast list that will bring some of the most beloved and dangerous characters from Eiichiro Oda's world to life for the very first time in live action. And these aren't just background players, each one has the power to change the course of the Straw Hats' journey in ways we've only imagined until now. From heartwarming allies to ruthless villains, every new face will come with their own story, skills, and secrets. One of the most anticipated arrivals is Tony Chopper, the Straw Hats' future doctor. On the surface, Chopper is an adorable, blue-nosed reindeer, but fans know there's far more to him than his cute appearance. Thanks to eating the human fruit, Chopper can transform between forms, from his tiny reindeer state to a human hybrid, and even monstrous battle modes. His intelligence, medical skills, and deep sense of loyalty make him one of the most endearing members of the crew. But bringing Chopper to live action is no small task. The combination of CGI and practical effects will need to capture both his innocence and his fighting spirit. If Netflix gets him right, he could easily become the breakout star of Season 2. Then there's Nico Robin, the mysterious archaeologist whose motives are as puzzling as her powers. Robin's ability, granted by the flower fruit, lets her sprout extra limbs on any surface, a skill that's as creepy as it is deadly in battle. But it's not her powers that make her dangerous, it's what she knows. Robin carries knowledge about the Void Century and the Poneglyphs, secrets the world government will do anything to hide. Her arrival will bring an entirely new layer of intrigue to the story, and fans are already buzzing about which actress will take on this complex role. Whoever it is will have to balance Robin's calm, almost cold demeanor with the warmth and trust she slowly develops with the Straw Hats, of course. No pirate journey would be complete without a formidable villain, and Season 2's big antagonist is shaping up to be Sir Crocodile, the leader of the criminal organization Baroque Works. Crocodile is more than just a warlord of the sea. He's a master manipulator, a patient strategist, and a man who uses his sand fruit powers to dominate both desert and battlefield. His plans will stretch far beyond a single episode, weaving into the season's larger political and personal stakes. Casting Crocodile will be critical. The actor needs to exude both charisma and menace, making audiences both respect and fear him in equal measure. Alongside these major players, we can expect a host of colorful side characters and Baroque Works agents. Fans will meet bounty hunters like Mr. Five and Miss Valentine, warriors from distant islands and rulers whose kingdoms are caught in the crossfire of pirate politics. Every new character will be a piece of a much larger puzzle, shaping the Grand Line's chaotic and unpredictable world. What makes this influx of characters so exciting is how they'll interact with the crew we already know. Chopper's innocence will contrast with Zoro's gruff attitude, Robin's quiet intelligence will challenge Nami's cunning, and Crocodile's ruthless ambition will push Luffy into some of his most desperate battles yet. These relationships will deepen the emotional weight of the story, making every victory sweeter and every loss more devastating. Netflix's casting decisions in Season 1 proved they could find actors who embody the spirit of Oda's characters while making them feel real in a live-action setting. With the stakes higher and the roles even more demanding, Season 2's casting could be what cements One Piece as a true milestone in adaptation history. This isn't just about filling out a roster, it's about breathing life into legends. And when these new characters finally step onto the deck, the Grand Line will never be the same again. Asterisk, if Season 1 showed us the excitement of the open sea, Season 2 will throw the Straw Hats into storms they might not survive. The Grand Line is more than just a dangerous route, it's an endless gauntlet of battles, betrayals, and bizarre challenges that no ordinary crew could endure. This is where the One Piece world truly flexes its scale, and Netflix is clearly aiming to capture every ounce of chaos. From clashing with rival pirate crews to confronting island rulers with godlike powers, Season 2's battles will be bigger, faster, and more unpredictable than anything we've seen before. The first taste of this escalation will come at Whiskey Peak, a seemingly friendly island that hides a deadly trap. The Straw Hats arrive expecting a celebration, only to find themselves surrounded by hundreds of bounty hunters from the Baroque Works organization. This arc is the perfect example of what makes the Grand Line so treacherous. You can't trust anyone, and even the most harmless smiles might be hiding a dagger. On screen, this could be a visual feast, a nighttime ambush under lantern-lit streets, sword fights breaking out across rooftops, and Luffy's unpredictable combat style turning the tide in the most chaotic way possible. Then comes the wild, prehistoric world of Little Garden. Imagine an island frozen in time, where dinosaurs roam freely and two colossal warriors have been locked in a century-long duel. This setting alone could make it one of the most visually striking arcs of the season, with Netflix blending practical sets and CGI to create a world that feels both fantastical and dangerous. The battles here won't just be about brute force. They'll test the crew's ability to think fast, adapt, and survive against enemies far larger than themselves. But perhaps the most emotionally charged battles will unfold on Drum Island. This snow-covered kingdom is ruled by the tyrant, Wapol, whose selfishness has left his people in ruin. The fight to free Drum Island isn't just about taking down a villain, it's about saving lives, earning trust, and proving that the Straw Hats are more than just another gang of pirates. It's also where Chopper's backstory will take center stage, turning the action into something deeply personal. When Luffy finally confronts Wapol, it won't just be a battle of strength. but a statement about what kind of captain he is. The Grand Line's battles aren't limited to fists and swords. Nature itself is an enemy. Sudden storms, waves that could swallow ships whole, and strange weather patterns that shift from blazing heat to freezing. Blizzards in minutes will push the Going Merry and its crew to their limits. These environmental challenges will make every victory feel hard-earned, keeping audiences on the edge of their seats. Netflix has the chance to turn the Grand Line into a living, breathing force of danger that's as much a threat as any villain. Beyond the spectacle, these battles will also deepen the bonds between the crew. Zoro and Sanji's rivalry will sharpen. During high-stakes fights, Usopp will have moments to prove his courage, and Nami will show just how vital her navigational skills are in keeping the crew alive. Every clash, whether against a pirate, a beast, or the elements, will serve as a test, not just of strength, but of unity. And then there's Crocodile. While his grand showdown with Luffy may not happen until later in the season, the tension will build long before they meet face to face. His agents will strike from the shadows, testing the Straw Hats at every turn. By the time the final battle arrives, it won't just be a fight to win. It'll be a fight to survive in a world where the Grand Line plays by no one's rules. In Season 2, battles won't just be action set pieces, they'll be turning points. Each one will push the Straw Hats closer to their dreams, but also closer to the edge of disaster. And when the dust settles, nothing about their journey will ever be the same. The Grand Line isn't just a stretch of unpredictable sea, it's a vast puzzle box hiding truths that could rewrite the history of the entire One Piece world. Season 2 will peel back the edges of that mystery, offering fans tantalizing hints about forces far greater than any one pirate crew. While the battles will keep the adrenaline pumping, it's these secrets that will give the story its weight, making every island feel like another piece of a much larger picture. Netflix now has the opportunity to weave in layers of world building that reward both newcomers and veteran fans who know how every subtle clue might pay off years later. One of the most intriguing elements the season can explore is the Void Century, a lost era of history that the world government has spent centuries erasing from existence. We likely won't get full answers this early, but small details could begin to emerge. Poneglyphs, those massive ancient stone tablets inscribed with a forgotten language, may start to appear in the background of certain episodes. For casual viewers, they're strange artifacts. For fans, they're a flashing signal that bigger truths are coming. This is where Nico Robin's introduction becomes critical. She's one of the few people who can read the Poneglyphs, and her knowledge alone makes her a target. Season 2 can also lay the groundwork for the idea that the Grand Line isn't random chaos, it's a carefully shaped stage for a hidden war. The strange magnetic fields, bizarre islands, and unending political conflicts aren't accidents. The arcs we'll see, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, Drum Island, are just early stops on a route leading toward massive power struggles between kingdoms, pirate crews, and shadowy organizations like Baroque Works. Each stop will drop hints that there's an invisible hand-shaping events from behind the scenes. Fans will also be on the lookout for moments that foreshadow Alabasta, the desert kingdom that serves as one of the series' first major story climaxes. Even if the full Alabasta arc isn't reached until later episodes, NETFL concede its importance now. A whispered rumor here, a brief glimpse of its flag there, or a tense conversation between Baroque Works members about Phase 2 of Crocodile's plan. These small touches will reward eagle-eyed viewers, while still keeping the mystery intact. And then there are the fan theories, the lifeblood of any long-running adventure series. Some will focus on Crocodile himself, questioning whether his motives are purely self-serving or if he's connected to deeper events. Others will speculate on Chopper's future role, pointing out parallels between his medical knowledge and the world's unspoken need for someone who can heal more than just physical wounds. Nico Robin's presence will spark countless debates about how much she truly knows about the One Piece treasure, and whether she's already decided which side she stands on when the truth comes to light. Netflix's adaptation will also face the challenge and opportunity of deciding how faithful to be with these secrets. Will they stick to Oda's exact pacing, letting mysteries linger for seasons? Or will they condense certain reveals to make the live-action format more tightly woven? Some fans hope for frame-by-frame faithfulness, while others are eager to see new twists that even manga readers won't see coming. Either way, the way these secrets are handled will be a defining factor in whether the adaptation can stand alongside its source material as something truly great. The Grand Line thrives on unpredictability, and that's exactly what will make these hidden truths so compelling. Every clue we get in Season 2 will not only push the Straw Hats forward, but also remind us that their journey is part of something far bigger than finding treasure. The real One Piece might be waiting at the end of the world, but the story of why it's there and what was lost along the way will be built one secret at a time. And as the series teases these truths, viewers will be left with the same question that has kept fans hooked for decades: what's really waiting beyond the horizon?